let's take some updates on sports stories across the globe with Aaron Akirijola. Good morning, Aaron. How are you today?
I'm very good. Good morning to you. Ayo, good morning to you. Rufai, good morning to you, Doctor. I'm sure you're exceptionally happy.
Why are you not wearing
today.
a red tie today? Today is a fitting day. Fitting day for a red tie.
Stay humble. Please don't come and lie that you wanted Arsenal to beat Man City. It's a lie.
In my heart of hearts, I will say that.
I think it was my sister yesterday. My sister said, hey, God will judge Pep Guardiola's wife.
In my heart of hearts.
Judge Pep Guardiola's wife.
Okay, let's get straight into it. Yesterday at the Emirates, a lot of people expected Arsenal to rise to the occasion because the title was slipping out or slipping off their fingers and off their grip, and they seem to have kept touching distance with Liverpool, who won over the weekend 2-0. Very convincing one, I must actually say. But let's get straight into it. Of course, Kai Havertz, Martin Odegaard, Thomas Partey, Lewis Kelly, and not forgetting Ethan Nwaneri, adding the spice to what was a very remarkable game. If they can just help us hit the play button on and stuff so that we can actually get it up and running. Looking at how things actually played out, of course, Arsenal did put a major foot forward in the early embers of the game. 1 minute, 43 seconds. Martin Odegaard actually converted very, very early, and it was like an ominous sign that Arsenal were going to dominate the day. Although one man got a goal back for them, but it wasn't enough. Erling Haaland might have scored an equalizer, but it only lasted for like 60 seconds, and Arsenal just puts pedal to the metal, literally. And Lewis Kelly actually mocking Erling Haaland with that Zen pose. We just typified what is happening with Arsenal right now. No pressure whatsoever in this particular title race. And Ethan Nwaneri coming from the bench to actually just put the nail in the coffin. Now, away from that, looking at the Premier League and how things actually played out, I must actually say that it's brought about quite a number of things that we need to talk about. First of all, Pep Guardiola said that we are giving away too many things. We are aware this cannot happen. You cannot finish the way we played. The team has to be stable. And you look at the fixtures for Manchester City, it gets worse because they beat Chelsea, they've lost to Arsenal, they've got Real Madrid, they've got Newcastle, they've got Real Madrid, they've got quite a number of teams. Nottingham Forest. So this was also one of the fastest goals this weekend, with Everton having a resurgence and Mohamed Salah, the gift that keeps giving. Right now, rising in the pecking order in the number of goals. The number of 20-plus goals he scored per season. So, good one there. You look at the table as it stands right about now. Liverpool still top of the table, but 6 points separates Liverpool and Arsenal. Liverpool will be playing the Merseyside derby to close up the number of games. And when that actually happens, we'll find out whether or not Liverpool can actually open a 9-point buffer, or maybe 7. Or Everton might do the unthinkable with their new manager, David Moyes, to keep it at 6. But at the moment, a lot of talks are around Manchester City, Arsenal, and Liverpool, and how things will actually play out. Quickly, let's actually bring you on an update. Who would have thought this would actually happen probably 18 months ago? Marcus Rashford was the darling of Manchester United, the future of Manchester United. He was meant to be the poster boy of Manchester United, but that has fallen on hard. That particular trend has fallen on hard times, because right now he is an Aston Villa player on loan and with the option to buy. It's unfortunate what has happened, but Marcus Rashford has found it difficult to get consistency, and he's found it difficult to gel with two managers right now. And so he's been frozen out of the squad and he's been shipped out of the team. It's rather unfortunate. Let's see if he can revive his career with the Villa team. Let's see how it goes. Away from that, this weekend, our own Israel Adesanya. Rather unfortunate, but it's looking like the end is nigh. And over the weekend, yesterday, against Imavov once again, giving him a devastating blow that rocked his entire body structure, put him on the canvas. You can see him there punching the canvas in frustration, but that's how the cookie crumbles. 3 on the trot, a hat-trick of defeat right now. This spells doom for his career and his box office ability, because he's falling down the pecking order in the middleweight division. And as it stands right now, he will not be able to command the figures he used to when it comes to the middleweight and in the UFC. It was in Riyadh. Unfortunately that Imavov just got the better of him. The younger Imavov decided to take him to the cleaners. Let's see what becomes of him. And quickly, over the course of the weekend, the Molade Okoya Thomas table tennis event actually held, and kudos to the patron for doing so well for table tennis. And I must say it's something to actually cherish, because football is not the only thing that should dominate sports in Nigeria. We are happy that people like this are supporting table tennis and other sports in their own little kind of way, and it's always a delight, I must say. And away from that, let's actually move to the Nigeria Premier Football League quickly, whereby 3SC decided that they were going to take the impetus and go out there and get into a winning streak. It is good to see him. Yes, fantastic goal. Top draw there. Top draw there, Rufai, I must actually say. So kudos to how things are actually playing out in the NPFL. They still have a long way to go, but we are beginning to see things rise up a little bit. Kano Pillars against Bayelsa was goalless there. Nasarawa beating Niger Tornadoes. And as it still stands, like we've been saying, the team to beat this season is Remo Stars. And Shooting have actually risen. They still have a game in hand, but they've risen to second place with 37 points. If they can win their outstanding game, they can actually close the gap to about 5 points. But right now, 8 points separates Remo Stars and Shooting Stars. Rivers United at third in the Nigeria Premier Football League. And finally, Victor Boniface, after the disappointment that was the transfer that never happened with Al Nassr, he was able to put all that behind him and get back to winning ways with his team and scoring a deft finish goal and just putting in a sublime performance for his team, Bayer Leverkusen. And every time they play Hoffenheim, it's always Victor Boniface being the bogeyman for them. They're always delivering goals after goals after goals. So kudos to him that he has his head in the right place and has not allowed the transfer slow him down or put the pressure on him. He's gone back to scoring and doing what he knows how to do best, finding the back of the net. So the question is, I want to watch Shooting Stars game this weekend. Where will I watch it? The league is not on TV, Aaron. Where will I watch it? It's just a matter of time. So where will I watch it? It's a matter of time. Remember that... do I have to travel to Ibadan? No, you don't need to. Where in a matter of time. So what we're talking about is months. Remember the IMG deal that was actually signed? That will take time because they need to build infrastructure. Okay. And they're trying to build infrastructures in 6 geopolitical zones to ensure that they do not have to be ferrying OB vans from the north to the east or from the east to the west. What time? Sometime this year. Okay, sometime this year we will be able to do that. I just hope we're able to watch the league. As regards the other part, Israel Adesanya, I really feel for him. But I think this is the time for him to really take a real appraisal, of his career again. We don't know what has gone wrong. We can only support him as a fellow countryman. He said he will be back. He claims he will be back. And that's the fighter in him. But he should take a real appraisal. These losses are becoming one too many. But we still believe in him, that there's still something in him he can give to the world. And we're talking about sport washing this morning. This is part of Saudi's attempt on sport washing, the Riyadh season where they host a lot of these tournaments. Coming to your matter, Aaron, I'm talking about Man City. Yeah. You see, the truth is, it comes a time in a man's life, there are times and seasons. I think you people have even over-enjoyed. Do you people think other teams came to sell Guguru Adekpa in the Premiership? You were winning the league back-to-back like no man's business. At some point, you needed to suffer for all the wins you have had. But that's down to Pep Guardiola's stubbornness. There's a Yoruba saying that, let me say it in Yoruba and translate, because we also need to promote language, because we're African indigenous people. What it means is that the masquerade festival will definitely come to an end one day. The children of the masquerade people that always have free food because of the festivities, we also go and also buy food outside because they will buy akara because they see how difficult it is. Bean cake, not that era of free food. So that is what is happening to you people. When you were beating people 5-1, 6-1, you didn't know that one day too they will beat you.
So don't worry, welcome to the club.
You know
People
what
like
they
us,
say?
Chelsea,
When it rains,
we are already
it
used to
pours.
it. That's what I'm telling you.
it pours.
So just accept it like that.
That's what's happening to
Aaron,
you.
Today, Ayo
I'm
is
so
champion.
humble
Bele,
today.
Bele.
I have to
Stay
say,
humble.
even your demeanor, your speech.
Your demeanor is humble.
Yeah, very, very humble. Stay humble. Haaland. Well, that was a great match. But another match over the weekend that was quite interesting was Manchester United and Crystal Palace.
Yes.
Crystal Palace beat Man U at home.
Yes.
0-2. And of course, again, links in with the story with Marcus Rashford going to Aston Villa at least till the end of the season. Be getting about 75% of his wages, might go up to 90% with bonuses. But that's what people are saying, that they're losing star players like Rashford, and they're still not doing they're still not out of the woods yet, even though in the last 3 matches they won, bringing a bit of hope to Manchester United, but still, an abysmal performance in many cases.
Well, it just shows that the rot in
Palace
Manchester United is skin deep.
is deeper than that.
It's skin deep.
But, really sad at home, beaten. But Man City and Arsenal, that was the game to watch this weekend.
First, painful divorce between Marcus Rashford and Manchester United. A team he joined age of 7.
Yes, it
A
did.
team for which he made over 436 appearances and scored goals in the process. It will be painful for many people to see him in Aston Villa shirt. However, he had been advised by Wayne Rooney and also by his former teammate Rio Ferdinand that the best thing for him to do was to leave. Since Ruben Amorim thinks that he cannot give 100%, and that he cannot work with him, having excluded him from the last 12 matches since December. Neymar is back with Santos.
Yes, he is.
The prince who could not become a king. He did well in Barcelona. He tried in PSG. But his trip to Al Hilal was a disaster. It was injury-stricken. But he will be remembered, whatever happens hereafter, for the fact that he's a source of inspiration for many young players.
That disaster,
particularly Lamine Yamal,
Yes.
who sees him, as a hero. Will he be able to do well with Santos, which he left in 2013, and now he's back at home?
Doctor, that's disaster you say is relative, because for his pocket and his family's pockets, it was heaven.
Highest paid footballer in the world, yes. As for Manchester City, I think it's a major downturn for Pep Guardiola that they were beaten by Arsenal. But the more important story from Arsenal is Luis Kelly.
Yes, he is.
When Erling Haaland had that encounter in September 2024 with Luis Kelly, he asked him, "Who are you?" I don't think that after Luis Kelly's, performance against Manchester City, I don't think Erling Haaland will be able to ask anybody again who is Luis Kelly. He may be 18 years old, but he proved that, in fact, he could be part of a complete football team that Arsenal, the kind of stature that they display. Now they're in the title race, about 6 points,
6 points.
away from Liverpool, and Manchester City faces the prospect of not even making the first
The doctor is still early. This is February.
Well,
the
for
beginning
now.
of February.
For now.